Hey guys, Flaccid Baron here, and today I wanted to give my thoughts on a video that many of you have probably seen. It did come out over 2 months ago now, but I was on a break from Albion then, so I kind of missed the video, and someone in my Twitch chat said that I should give my thoughts on this video. So let's look at this video. It's what's coming next in Albion Online, the big updates coming out, and I'll give you guys my thoughts.
Hello and welcome Albion community to another Albion Online Dev Talk. Today it's finally time to share our plans for what's coming next to Albion Online. What are our plans beyond the Queen update? Well, with the Queen update we brought a revolution to Albion's outline gameplay, really reshaping the way large-scale gameplay is happening in Albion Online, but we didn't have time for another super important aspect, and that is solo and small group gameplay.
So you guys know I'm a big solo player, so I'm keep letting the video go, but woo, it gets me excited. Gets me excited hearing that.
And this is what we'll be focusing on next. For the improvement of solo and small group gameplay, we have two exciting features lined up. The first one is the Roads of Avalon.
Ooh, looking
With the
looking
next
cool.
update, we're planning to reveal these mystical paths through the mist that form an ever-shifting network of connections all across Albion, which only let through a limited number of players at each time, and which only exist for a limited time in the world.
So I wonder how they're gonna do this. It looks like right here you guys can see it's like an entrance somewhere, and it said ever shifting, right? So is it? I don't know. I wish they did more detail, but I know they're probably working through it in beta and stuff. But man, ooh, this looks so cool. This looks so cool already.
This way, the roads open up a vast number of opportunities for small-scale gameplay. As a solo player, you'll be able to explore these paths. You'll be able to find valuable treasure and activities along the way. You'll be able to use them for transportation. And
see, that's really interesting right there, what he said. Transportation. That's super cool. So if you can, so it's only a limited number of players. So like, could you gank these highways? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll say something about it.
You'll be able to share them with your guild for them to use. You can even use the roads to go directly from the Royal Continent deep into the Outlands, avoiding ganking at city portals altogether.
That's really good. That's really good.
Small groups will also find access to these roads, and even small guilds will be able to use these roads to find remote places to settle away from the hustle and bustle of the Outlands, and founding a sort of unique play style by living in the mists and having to find their way out of them every single day.
What? What does that mean? Living in the mist? Wait, okay. I don't know, maybe he's just being hyperbolic, but you can just live in the mist all day? Okay. I mean, that's cool if it's self-sustaining, right? Like, you can just stay on these roads all day. But
we're going to introduce an entirely new type
of this is what I've been waiting for.
Focused on players who enjoy PvE with the risk of PvP. These solo corrupted dungeons will be non-linear dungeons full of possessed mobs which have been taken over by a demon from Albion's Hell Dimension. The dungeon is actually possessed and alive, and it will swallow up the player, closing the entrance behind them, preventing other players from following them into it.
So I did hear about these, and this is... oh my god. When this comes out, I'm thinking about doing like 24-hour stream or something. I'm just going to be playing these all day, man. Oh, so cool. 1v1 Hellgates, man.
Out, however, the players will have to fight their way out, killing the demon's minions, killing the demon itself, until an exit opens. Those players looking to PvP will need to side with the demonic powers of this place and use the energies to transfer to a different corrupted dungeon, hunting the player who is stuck inside.
Okay, so what does that mean? So, what? You have to side with the demon? So does that mean, like, the mobs aren't going to attack you? Or does that just mean, like, oh, you're on the PvP side? Right? Like, what does that mean? Because if so, like, the diver's always going to have, like, a really big advantage if the mobs are with him. But
this will lead to exciting
I guess we'll learn more eventually.
And an entirely new combat meta, and it's something
Oh
we're
yeah.
super excited about because
Oh,
it's
me too.
already
Don't worry.
quite fun in the early playtest that we're having inside, especially because we're going to bring this feature to all ranges of Albion players. There's going to be a knockdown version for beginning players, as well as 2 different difficulty levels
That's good.
for medium and advanced
Yeah, that's
players
good that I have
to
different
enjoy
levels.
full loop PvP. Apart from these 2
Get
major
the new
features,
players involved too.
there's going to be a variety of improvements that we're working on already that you'll hear more about soon. For combat in particular, we're planning to release a wave of balance adjustments
Which
to
they
the
have,
current
which they
combat
have.
meta as the current season proceeds.
This video is 2 months old. They've
We're
already
also
released like 2 or 3 of
starting
those.
to plan our changes for the next guild season. The next season will focus on introducing incentives for attacking large guilds that hold a lot of territory that are quite valuable.
It's pretty cool.
Causing these guilds to prioritize defense and also adding incentives for these guilds to attack other powerful guilds rather than other weaker groups in the Outlands.
That's cool.
We
I'm
think
starting to
these
get into
changes
ZVZ a little bit more, so that's pretty cool.
should lead to a more exciting and more
That the
competitive
big,
guild
because
scene,
I always see on like
which
the
is good
subreddit,
for
like
all of
everyone
Albion.
complains that the
And
big
then
guild
for
picks on the
combat,
little
of
guilds.
course, there's a whole new set of artifact weapons that we're working on, which will come with their own Destiny board specialization lines, giving in particular our veteran
Yes.
players something entirely new to aspire to.
Look at these things, dude. Look at these. Oh my god. Where's the dagger, first off? That's the first question I gotta ask. But like, also, what is this, dude? What is this? Like, the only thing I can think of, it's like a crossbow, maybe? Like, what is it? It's just like a cannon. Obviously, you got the bow here, you got the big old sword, and like, this thing looks kind of like a locust. But what is this? And where's my damn dagger, SBI? Yo, I can't wait. I can't wait till they actually release more information about these weapons, because it's gonna be really cool.
Beyond these combat-related changes, there are a
Oh, also, guys, save your tomes. If you have tomes of insight right now, don't sell them. Don't sell them. Keep them. Keep them right now. I'm telling you, it's good investment advice.
number of adjustments coming for economic players. First off, we're revisiting resource changes introduced with the Queen update. In particular, we're looking at the spawn behavior and frequency.
I might just skip this. I don't really gather.
We're going to boost craft times and making craft times be based on the amount of resources actually used in the crafting process, so that time-based crafting buffs actually make a lot more sense. We're also revisiting a lot of focus costs, in particular artifact focus cost, which is off in many places due to a number of changes previously made to artifacts. And with these improvements coming, it should become much more viable to craft artifacts items with focus.
That's pretty cool. So if you guys watch my Billionaire series, you know I started crafting a little bit. And that's cool, because it does take forever sometimes. You craft like 20 things, and you're sitting there for a good like minute, like 60 seconds, just like, can you craft already? So that's cool that they're lowering that. And then also the artifact too, because I do craft some death givers to give away on my stream. They're signed by me, you know, so, and those also, that would be cool if they're less focus for those.
Finally, for economic players,
So like that.
Ambition is to improve the variety of items available for underrepresented item slots, in particular bags. Apart from these game changes, there's also a number of usability improvements we're currently working on.
Wait. That's easy to skip over. He just kind of said that. That's one of the bigger updates. What? Let's run that back.
Underrepresented item slots, in particular bags.
What? Yo, that's so cool. So it's cool that they showed like a gatherer, because like, what slot is this, right? That's the cape slot, but you can put like a gathering bag in there, right? But bags, only a bag goes there. Like, I don't think there's nothing else that can go in a bag slot, right? Other than a bag. That's so cool, dude. They're gonna add new stuff to this slot. Oh, that's so awesome. Wow. I'm glad I caught that, because he just kind of said it quick, like it was nothing. But that's like one of the bigger updates.
Changes, there's also a number
That's so
of
cool.
usability improvements we're currently working on. These range from a new mail UI, which adds all sorts of features from
They already added that.
searchability
That's
and
good.
bulk
That's good.
editing to
Added the mail
improved
UI.
map modes, which allow you to view
Don't know if they
time
did that
zones
yet.
and other important information
I don't
on
really
one
use
land.
this map, but I'm sure it'd be useful for big
To
guilds and stuff.
reworking the build UI, so it's finally in the style of the Albion's new UI style. But
Wait,
the most
wait, is he talking about this? The build UI? Oh, he means this. Okay, I thought he was talking about like these like little symbols over here on the left. Do you guys remember they put this out? This was out for like 2 days, and then they reverted it because everyone complained.
exciting feature that
It's
we
actually
have in
pretty
the works
funny.
when it comes to usability to me is the quick equip and quick buy feature.
Ooh,
With this feature,
this is a
you'll
big
be
one.
able to save equipment sets, configurations, and then use these configurations at marketplaces and banks to
Oh,
either
that's so cool.
quick buy or quick equip.
Oh, okay. Let's look at this. So you can quick buy stuff now. This is so good, dude. Sometimes it takes people forever, including myself, to buy gear. Especially when my boys are like, "Yo, come on, hurry up!" and I'm like trying to rebuy my gear. If I can just click it, like Deathgiver build, boom, and buy it. Dagger pair build, boom. ZVZ build, boom, and like, look, you have all these equipment slots right here. Tier, exact tier. Or you can have it like same or higher, same or lower. That's so cool. Quality, amount. Yo, this is so good. This is such a good quality of life improvement. This is so
An
good.
entire set of items in one go, saving you plenty of time when re-equipping or changing equipment
For real.
in Albion. Now, taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture, things not immediately in development, but things that we have planned, we're going to take a look at the topics on the horizon. In particular, our focus is going to be on one big feature, which is the rework of the Royal Continent
Oh.
and the faction warfare system. We have a
Okay.
vision for faction warfare to become a core activity for players living on the Royal Continent. It should be a simple thing to get in as a beginning player, and it should be an exciting feature for veterans who prefer to play on the Royal Continent to continuously engage in. And our idea is to have it feel more like a realm versus realm activity in other MMOs. So you should be more committed to the particular faction that you've signed up with. You should be rewarded for gaining standing with them, earn meaningful rewards. And of course, there
that's so
should
cool.
be exciting battles between these factions that it's easy to become a part of and just join in as a fun way of enjoying larger scale battles and smaller scale battles on the Royal Continent.
So, okay, he said a couple really cool things there. One, he said you should get rewarded for staying with a faction. So, what does that mean? Like, are they gonna have like a ranking system? Like, do you start at like a private and then you get to be like a sergeant and then like a captain? Like, that's so like that would be really cool if they added like ranks to a faction. That'd be super cool. So it sounded like he meant something like that maybe. And then he also, so right now, the way faction warfare is, you can be like, oh, there's a big group heading out of Fort Sterling going towards Thetford. I'm going to go join them. And then the very next day, you can do the exact opposite. You can be in Thetford and go attack Fort Sterling, right? So it doesn't really feel like you're a part of the faction. You're just there to kill other people, right? So that's really cool if they make it somehow where you're like always part of Fort Sterling faction. And when you click the flag up button in the top left next to your name, when you click that, you can either pick, hey, I want to flag red and like be able to attack anyone, or I want to flag Fort Sterling. So you don't have to go all the way back to Fort Sterling. You can like go over and be like, oh, there's a little battle I want to help out in maybe. I don't know. That'd be really cool. Faction warfare has definitely been gaining a lot of popularity lately with all the new players in the game. So them reworking it and making it a lot better is going to be pretty sweet.
In terms of the open world experience of Albion, we think the next step really is to improve the mount balancing and the variety of different mounts.
Pretty cool.
Who's mounted on what mount plays a huge role when it comes to being chased in PvP and the different activities, and this really deserves a closer look. So we're planning to revisit all mounts, decide which particular role a mount should fulfill, improve the balance between the different mounts, make sure that not only the fastest and most expensive mounts can escape in a PvP situation, and the key component is going to be that we plan to add active spells to each and every single mount type.
That's awesome.
So that you actually have a component of skill and something that really gives character to each particular mount category at the end of this rework.
That's again, I say it a lot, but that's super, super cool, man. Like, these devs are killing it right now, man. That's like 10 things in a row that are just awesome. They're making every mount have an active ability, not just like the special mounts. They're making it so you don't always have to be in a Swiftclaw. It's getting the horses involved. Like, a horse is mostly like a budget mount, right? Like, how often do you actually see people on the higher tier of horses? You don't, because why would you ride a horse when you could be riding a Swiftclaw? It's way faster. You can actually escape from gankers. If you're on like a regular horse, like even tier 6, tier 7, you're way slower than a Swiftclaw. So most people aren't going to be using those. So hopefully with these abilities that they add, more people are going to be using horses. More people are going to be using armored horses. I rarely see anything above a tier 3 horse, and I barely ever see any armored horses at all. So if they give them like an ability that makes them viable and like able to compete with Swiftclaws, like that's amazing. Like, that revives all this content that people aren't really even using.
Finally, on the horizon, there are a number of things that don't have anything to do with the game itself, but with things surrounding the game. Now, key there is the work on the mobile version.
Oh, mobile version. If you guys want to watch this, you guys can. I'm gonna skip ahead. I don't play on mobile.
The controls in the
but that's pretty cool. They're adding for mobile stuff. Maybe I'll have to check it out again.
But of course, some things remain unfinished, and we'll continue to work towards those. A good example of that is the better highlighting of PvP activities on the world map, guiding players to these activities, making sure that they know about them and that there is action whenever you go to one of these hotspots.
Okay.
I still believe that
I like action.
An achievable goal.
I like action at the hotspots.
And we'll be working towards. Other features that you found on last year's roadmap have not disappeared, but instead have become part of the ideas that are going into shaping the features in this roadmap. So
if you guys don't know the roadmap he's talking about, there's a link down below in the description. So that's the roadmap if you guys want to follow along with what he's talking about.
Gathering dungeons is an idea that is now included in the roads of Avalon. You'll be finding high-value resource spots within the roads that will feel really rewarding when you find them as a gatherer, and encourage you as a gatherer to explore this space as well.
Okay, well that's kind of an incentive. Maybe I should go back to gathering, because I'm gonna be on these roads of Avalon all day. Like, it's gonna be the best solo small group content. I'm gonna be on them all the time because that's what I like playing. So maybe I got to start gathering again. Maybe I shouldn't have skipped that other part.
The same sort of change can always happen with things we list on a roadmap. With things in development, you collect feedback, you see how something works out in practice, and you need to make adjustments to plans. So take everything we presented there today with a little bit of salt. That said, we're very confident in our features presented in this roadmap, and really look forward to sharing more on them as development proceeds. Thank you very much for...
All right, guys. Well, that last little sentence he said, where take it with a grain of salt. It has been 2 months since this video, like I said. I think these are going to be extremely good updates for the game in general, especially for me, because I'm a solo player most of the time, or I play with like 2 or 3 friends. So I think this is going to be a really good thing to the game. We'll keep player retention high, because right now it's the most players that Albion has ever seen. So hopefully we can retain some of those players into the game. You know, healthy population is always good. But yeah, hey, if they can get even half of these updates out, I'm going to be super happy. If they can get all of them out, this is going to be the best game of all time, in my opinion. But thank you guys for watching. Link down below if you guys want to watch this video by yourself. Link down below to the roadmap. Come check me out on Twitch, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay soft.